This is Sarah Adamson. We are at the 1 year anniversary for Occupy celebration. We were with Chad Urmston of Dispatch. How are you doing today?
Great. It's good to be here.
Awesome. So why was it important for you to come down and be here today?
Well, I just believe in this movement so much. I know everyone sacrifices to be a part of it, and I think this country has been treated unfairly by the powers that be, and so I believe it's up to us to congregate when we can and make a stand. And I hung out a little bit in Boston and Dewey Square, they occupy there, and I have a day off today from tour, so I wanted to be in the muck.
Awesome. What made you first want to get involved?
Well, I guess I've always gravitated towards songs with that about social justice and trying to make music and message kind of seamless and also be part of a movement that is contributing to peace and equality. And I feel like this is one of those movements. So right away I connected with what was going on.
What do you think kind of the main message out of Occupy is? Do you think there is one yet?
Well, I think the easiest thing for me to grab onto is probably the 99%. Like, we live in a country of such wealth in so many ways, but it's held by the top 1%, and it's just so off balance, and something's not right about that. So, and the people who are in that 1% are so often corrupt and just fueled by their own greed, and the disparity just gets worse and worse. And if we don't do something, it's going to be worse than 1% and 99%. So,
of course, coming out into the streets, getting people involved, getting people active and vocal about it is definitely one way to waken people up. But do you have any solutions, that you think that could actually be implemented, that people are talking about, that are working on?
Well, I think with the ability to go online and sign petition after petition is really helpful, and just be aware of all these different causes that are going on. I think at some point, because of the way this system, we can't totally rewrite the system in this country, so we need to find someone who really represents the ideals of the Occupy movement and get them into elected office and really have someone go to bat for the people. And I believe we almost have that with Obama, but I think we can keep going down that path and have have this country run by people who really know the pain of the truth of what's going on with 99% of us.
Do you think that's been a big thing? People have been disenfranchised with Obama. Do you think that's pushed a lot of people out? So obviously he was supposed to be a symbol of hope and everything, and he hasn't. He's kind of gone in the opposite direction. The country's actually gotten worse, and he's still been pro-war just like Bush was, and he's implemented all those kind of things that we were going against. Do you think that's kind of brought a lot of people out as well?
I think people are disillusioned with him, but I still think that a lot of people are better off now than they were 4 years ago. And if we had elected a Republican in office in 2008, we'd be way worse than we are now. So I think Obama's had a hard time. He hasn't been the dream president we hoped he would be, because I think he has compromised in ways that, he's reached across the aisle in ways for us liberals, I guess, is a little too conciliatory. But I think he's going up against a Republican Congress. I think he's had a tough time making it work, and I hope if he gets re-elected that he can really turn it on, because he'll have that'll be his last term, and he can just fire it up.
How do you feel about him implementing the NDAA, the National Authorization Act? Do you know anything about that?
What is that?
It allows him to indefinitely detain any American citizen in a Guantanamo Bay style prison without trial, without any. Yeah, that was actually signed New Year's Eve in the middle of the night. He signed that into law.
I think the fact, Guantanamo is just a total blight upon the history of this country, and I think I think it goes against everything we believe in. So I think I definitely don't agree with the, what is it, the NDAA?
NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I think people need to be more aware of, because it's definitely worrying to have one person have so many powers. And he's promised not to use it, but why should any president have that power? And have you heard? I don't know if you know anything about he has kill lists that he's also implemented. He's also used against Ammar Awlaki and his 16-year-old son, who's actually an American citizen. I don't know if you know anything. No, so there are a lot of things that kind of need to be seen in that light.
Wonder if it's already happened. What happened?
Hey, what's your name? Here, go.
What happened?
Off the street. Off the street.
I mean, I think that the government is bought and sold by elements of the ruling class that do their bidding, whether it's Democratic or Republican.